Swine Before Perils podcast with Joel and Trent.
Hey, yo.
You're a jerk.
I know. Welcome to Pig Show. It's also called Swine Before Perils. And let me give you kind of how this show works. I do the homework. Joel does the bare minimum.
All right, I've got confession time.
Yeah?
Here. I have not done a lot of them, especially in some of those. We've almost been doing this for a year.
We're getting pretty
We're
close.
getting pretty close, and I have to say, for some of those early episodes, dude, I just read a synopsis and just kind of BS my way
What?
through it. Yeah,
For Catcher in the Rye?
yeah, I never even read it.
What?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
I just read a synopsis. Dude, it was like cramming for a test I didn't study for.
My
every
brother
week.
in Christ literally just spark
Hey.
notes it. It's like school all over
Hey,
again.
look, we had a good conversation.
We did, and it was on the pretense of a lie.
Dude, that's like most of my life, though. Is
I
like
did
lies.
so much more homework.
I know, and that's why you're great.
Yeah.
But
I
you know,
am
now
great.
that we're far away from
Hey.
it. Oh gosh.
Yo, Joel, why is Amaranth on your suggested streams?
18 plus bikini stream.
Oh,
I'd be watching that. That sounds more interesting than this junk.
there you go.
Why don't we just do bikini streams?
I mean, there's a reason.
why don't we just watch bikini
There's
streams?
a reason that she has 6.7 thousand viewers right now, and we have 3, which is more than
If you
we
want more
usually get
viewers,
when we
take your
start.
shirt off.
Okay. I know how this goes. All right. So, anyway,
Couldn't-
yeah, I can't commit. Still quite a bit. That's a lot.
Dude, that's like a Thursday for me. Come
yeah,
on,
that's true. Okay, fine.
flare it open.
Flare it open.
Flare it
I
open.
gotta get everything done.
Pop that
Okay.
collar.
Okay.
You keep saying, Joel, I want to date a girl. How do I?
Hey,
There we
yeah.
go. That's how you
That's
find
how
the
you.
women.
Oh,
That's how you
shoot,
find
we
'em.
got it.
See,
We got it.
they're gonna log into the stream and they're gonna say, you know what? Trent's got some nice chest hair, and I'd like to build a little bird's nest up in there. Live. There.
Oh man, we actually 4 viewers. This is popping off for
See,
us.
because you took your shirt
oh
off.
shoot,
Could you imagine if I took my shirt off?
why don't you, coward?
You know what? I feel like people who know me are gonna be like, I didn't know Joel had that. Screw it. We'll do
There
it.
we go. Shirtless stream, baby.
All right.
Dude, we're getting. We lost 2 of our viewers, but yeah,
But you know what? At one point, we had 4.
that's pretty legendary. Pretty legendary.
I think that's
move
the most
from
most
us.
we've ever had.
Probably.
But,
You're welcome.
but
Okay.
yeah, dude.
Yep. Steven's upset because we killed all the viewers.
They got their shirts off.
Yeah.
This is 2022, man. You know what people are doing? I'm out here working in the heat. I'm out here working in the sun. And people are just selling feet online and making more money than me.
That's tough, man.
And you know what? I want to be better than that.
You are. You're not. Look at you. Look at you. People are just coming on here to see you shirtless.
See, 4 viewers, 3. Dude, we're fluck. See, this is the key, man. This is what
Yeah.
we've been missing.
All right. Anyway, welcome. So, this episode, we are embracing the fact that Joel doesn't do his homework. And we are talking about something that I've done my homework on and Joel hasn't. And if you like this episode and you think the premise is funny, let us know. We'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
If you don't think it's funny, then you probably won't like the show in general.
Then you can say, oh, guys, can you please review Kendrick Lamar's new album?
Yes.
Gotta get me some of that. Thank you, Jam Tape, our loyal follower. But yeah, we're flexing in views, so it's a good thing. It's a
Yeah.
good night for us.
Look at us.
We're hot. So yeah, I don't do homework ever for this show. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, and I thought it'd be funny to just pick a topic
Yeah.
and talk about it. And now so basically for this episode, I was kind of strapped on an idea because we didn't plan very far in advance. If you can't tell, that's kind of the MO for us. And I had
That's the MO for me.
yeah, but I've been kind of working on a little creative side project, which I gave up on because I'm lazy. and it was basically like I was trying to make like a comprehensive video essay on online dating because I thought that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Like the topic interested me because as soon as I like dipped my toes into it, there was like a whole world of things that I had never really thought about before.
Like
And
you need to online date longer to have more information on it or something?
no, it's just like
Oh.
like the problems I had with it were not the problems that I expected, and they were pretty universal.
Okay.
And I just like not heard anything about this.
So the
before.
book's been written before.
Yeah, the book's been written before.
And editing is hard.
Yeah.
And people who do online essays, let's be honest, they're kind of nerds. They got
Yeah.
their little, you know, commissioned anime figure on the corner that goes like this. So they're like some British kid, and he's like, "You see, the problem with Tinder is all those lasses, they get on there, they say they're looking for a man. I'm a great man, and all of a sudden they're gone."
That was my whole video. I don't even have
See,
to make
it's been
it.
made.
I'm just gonna edit it.
It's been made.
No. I mean that's kind of the interesting thing though is I think people get on dating websites with like good intentions in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not blaming anyone. This isn't an incel video unless it is.
We can make it an incel
Yeah.
video.
You want to know the thing about women? This is my incel podcast
You
now.
preach, brother.
The thing about women
Yeah.
is, you know, the thing about women is they always want to date up and across the hierarchy.
What's wrong with Kermit the Frog?
I'm like Yoda Kermit.
That's horrible.
And so if you're a guy and you're kind of low on the dating hierarchy, there's no hope for you.
The problem with hierarchies is sometimes hierarchies, they're like a pyramid scheme. So you have the people on the top, and they're making getting all the girls, and then you flip it over. You know what that means? The hierarchy is flipped. All the girls are at the bottom.
Okay, but real talk though,
Yeah.
because like part of what really mentally boomed me was like looking at stuff on Reddit.
Yeah.
Right, that'll
Reddit will
do it.
That.
And it feels like everyone's in an MLM scheme. Like on the Hinge subreddit,
Oh yeah.
everyone's like, you know, we're gonna make it together. You know, this is really hard, but everyone else who's really struggling and gave up, they're just quitters. All right, stop spreading FUD, bro. You're just spreading FUD everywhere. Stop.
What's FUD?
Oh, so FUD is a crypto term. It means fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Oh, I thought it was FUD.
Yeah, it is.
When I saw the word uncertainty in my head, it had an eye. I was like, that's Finn, dude.
Oh, this is so good.
Man.
This is good content.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is, and it's
Yeah.
not on Tinder.
But it's kind of the same concept as like these people who are like in a crappy system are just like banding together like we all got this, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like the system kind of sucks.
Eyes for enchilada.
I is for uncertain fid. Stop spreading fid everywhere,
Stop
bro.
Vid. Farming in deserts. But yeah, dude. So it's like an MLM scheme. And that's the thing I've seen about, like, when I talk. So I haven't done online dating. I've done Farmers Only as a joke. I had a pretty good time with Farmers
okay.
Only.
Dang it. That's where I should have gone.
That's where I'm trying to send people who are having a hard time. It's like, look, man, there's a girl out there.
She's on farmersonly.com.
Her name is Judith.
Man.
With a F. And she is 6'5". She ropes for a living. She raises alligators in her backyard. And she's just looking for a good man. Guess what? Judith is not going to let you down. And that's what I tell people. It's like, why are you dealing with all the Hinge and the Tinder? Farmers Only, man.
Man.
You don't even have to be a farmer. She just wants to, like, just pick you up like a little baby pigeon.
Do you think I'm the aesthetic that farmer girls would like, though?
Yeah,
You do.
like maybe if you were like more strung out on coke, you could be like a fun guy from a city.
Okay, so I just gotta find cocaine.
It's not hard to find, dude.
I've never seen, like, I think I've barely seen marijuana.
Dude, you go to like any small town bar and you say, "Hey, do you guys got that nose sugar?" Then all of a sudden, you know, they're selling you coke, or you're getting your ass kicked because they think you're a cop.
Dude, look at me. They'll think I'm a cop.
They're like, "Oh, really? Unbutton that shirt."
They'd give you some right away.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh man, I just attract weirdos. People just try to give me coke when I don't even ask for it. I'll be at the gas station and I'll be like, "Hey, do you guys got like sparkling water?" And they'll hand me coke. And they're like, "Here you go, man." I'm like, "I'm sorry, dude."
All right, so back on the trend. You want to know what creates all the problems, though? Men are 75% of the problem.
Yeah.
Because they're 75% of the population on these dating apps, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to imagine this.
Okay.
All right. So you're a dude.
I'm a dude.
All right. Maybe you're attractive. Maybe you're not.
That kind of sounds like me.
You've gotten kind of mixed feedback, right?
That really sounds
yeah.
like me.
All right. So
Sweet.
and I'm like, dude, there's this place you should check out.
Okay.
Come check it out with me.
Okay.
All right. So you go to this place.
Yeah.
All right. And you walk in and they're like, "Hey, you know, you're about to find the love of your life." They've got a little entrance place to get you kind of hyped up, give you some brochures before you go in. And you're like, yes, this is great.
And it's all for me.
It's all for me. They're
That's
talking
it.
to you.
They've made this place for me.
Yeah. All right. And
I
then
can't believe no one has been here before.
yeah. And then they let you into the actual doors. They let you through the doors.
Okay.
And you see like 5 dudes crowded around every girl.
That's like most local bars.
Yeah. So is that where you're gonna be like, "I'm gonna find the love of my life here"?
Oh heck no, man.
No, sir. But that's
where I'm gonna go find a black eye.
that's the number one way people are finding each other nowadays.
That's
Is
wild.
through that system.
That's wild.
All right. You want to know something crazy?
I want to know something crazy.
Okay. In England,
Oh gosh.
I saw a statistic somewhere. It's 9-1. 9 guys to 1 girl.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think that is?
Okay. So here's the deal, right?
Okay.
Our society.
Oh, society.
Actually, it's 2 things. I think men are just biologically a little more wired. All right. They're a little more
Just a little more wired.
they're a little more on it.
What are they wired? Oh.
You know.
Oh, they're wired.
Yeah, they're wired.
Oh, they're wired.
Yeah. So you got that.
Yeah.
And then you also have the expectation that a man is not valuable
Mm-hmm.
unless he's getting some. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got guys basing their value
Getting some
off
what?
that. Getting some friendly love.
Some friendly love.
Yes.
God, you do sound like a cop.
Dude, I told you if I asked for cocaine, if I asked for cocaine at a bar, it's not gonna go well.
Friendly love.
This is really gonna be an Excel podcast, isn't it?
No, it's not.
No.
We're gonna steer
Dude.
the ship.
Yeah. All right. But here's the deal, right?
Okay.
Like, I'm not saying it's better out there for the women.
No.
No. All right. So let's say let's say you're a girl, right?
God, I wish.
Yeah. Maybe you're even a hot girl.
God, I wish.
And you go to this club, right?
Oh
They're
man.
like, "We got the guy for you."
Yeah, they do.
They show you pictures of this sweet, sensitive guy.
Oh, he is sweet and sensitive.
And then you walk into this club, and these dudes are walking up with with pictures of their bodies, specific pictures, and
like, what kind of pictures we talking about?
like pictures pictures of their fingers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah, their fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little weird.
Yeah.
If I'm a woman, I would feel uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, wouldn't you? And now imagine you got 9 dudes surrounding you.
And
And they all have pictures in their pockets.
No way.
Of their fingers.
No way.
And they're ready. They're ready to show you their fingers.
I don't want to see them.
You don't.
I don't want to see that.
No. You're a nice,
having-
respectable hot girl.
Yeah, I'm nice and respectable.
Now, you see the problem.
What's the problem?
It's a lose-lose situation.
It sure is.
And it's got unbalanced numbers, so you're either flooded with bad attention or you get no attention.
Yeah.
And the problem propagates itself
Yeah.
because the fellas are getting hungrier. They're like, "Come on. There's nothing here."
Yeah.
And then the ladies are like, "This is trash.
There's nothing here.
There's nothing here."
So why are they there?
Because it's number one, it's easy.
Mm.
So the way this club analogy breaks down, right? Here's the problem. You gotta put in the work to go to the club. You ain't gotta put in the work to go on the dating app.
No.
You just press button.
Yeah.
All right? But here's the deal. You ever heard of I don't even know what
That
it's called.
dog, that Russian dog,
No,
Schlotsky's dog.
Pavlovian conditioning. You ever heard of that?
Dude, I said Schlotsky's dog. I was pretty close.
Yeah, you were pretty close. It's basically the same thing. Basically the exact same
Schlotsky's
thing.
dog.
Yep. Schlotsky's dog. That's my favorite. My favorite
So yes,
thing.
Pavlovian conditioning.
Yeah. So basically, I think that's the right term. If it's not, I mean, I ain't got to tell you.
It is because Pavel, he had a dog, and he was like, "Hey, dog, I'm gonna ring this bell while you're eating."
that's the wrong one. You were, man. I'm just an idiot. I should make a show like the premise is that I'm an idiot and that
Wait,
you're
am
an
I
idiot.
right?
All right, we're gonna look it up.
Wait, who's more right?
Okay.
We're talking about the same thing, right?
No. It's similar.
Steven, pull that up. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Okay.
Steven's not that adequate being a producer. Just kidding.
Animal food experience. That doesn't do.
Animal food. Just type in Pavlovian conditioning.
Oh, it's gonna be the wrong one.
That sounds right to me.
No, I'm not. It's not with the dog though. No.
Earl's pig.
So Pavlovian condition, they rang the bell.
Yeah.
Right. And the dog started to drool because every time that they would ring the bell,
Yeah.
they would feed the dog food.
Yeah.
And then the dog began to associate that bell ringing with food, and so the dogs would eat the food.
I read a book.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's like in every psychology book. No. I'm talking about something different though. So this is an experiment they did. I've seen a video with birds where they did this. But basically, so they gave the birds these buttons where they would push the button and food would get dispensed.
Okay.
So the birds came to associate the button with food, right?
Yeah.
But what they do is they'd start taking that away.
Mm-hmm.
They started taking away the bird's food
Yeah.
from the button.
Yeah.
But they'd still give it to the bird sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And so the birds press the button, and the less they gave them food, the more they pressed the button.
Mm.
And it would get to the point where the birds are just like obsessively pushing the button
Mm-hmm.
and like trying more and more to get the food, but they can't. But it's coming out slowly.
Okay.
So they end up pressing the button over and over.
And then they die.
No, they like hoard this massive amount of food,
Mhm.
more than they would have if they just pressed the individual button. And they end up with more food they need, and they just keep pushing it.
And then
because-
they get fat.
Yeah, because they're like, I don't know how much this is gonna work for me. And that's the same thing. It's like that's the same thing with casinos
Mm-hmm.
and like loot boxes.
Yeah.
It's all that same psychology. That's what it's all based
Who
on.
are these psychologists these places keep hiring?
Pavlov.
Like the Taco Bell down the street can't get employees, but they can find like master psychologists to change humanity.
It's almost as if these people go to school for 8 years for this, and the Taco Bell pays.
No,
$12 an
I
hour.
feel like there's like a similarity there, but no, man. I think from what I've seen personally, I feel like it changes people and it brings out the worst in both parties, right?
Yeah.
So then people are changing themselves. Like everyone starts off like for the most part trying to do this thing and be like good about it, be decent about it, and now it's just a numbers game, and it brings out the worst in both the men and the women. And I think on a societal level, I think it's deteriorating like how like younger people view love and relationships and all that stuff, because it's all rigged to a system, and it's all they know.
Yeah.
So
And
now
it's
people are
true.
getting all screwed up.
Like young people are having less sex than generations prior.
Well, that's probably because I live in an RV and it's just hard to get women out there. It's
That's
like,
really
dude,
tough.
I've got like skulls hanging at the front of my door, and so I feel like
You're just going for the wrong girls. You think witch
No,
girls
but if-
wouldn't be about that?
witch girls.
Yeah, witch
they're all
girls.
about that.
Yeah, dude. You just gotta find you a nice witch girl.
No. We've already been down that path. It was
Oh.
not good.
Okay.
She had snails. So I was dating this witch, and she, I wasn't like dating her, but I was kind of dating her. And I went to her apartment one time, and she had a vial. She said, okay, there's a distinction, right?
Yeah.
She said she was a Wiccan, not a witch.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
so-
God. I was worried.
Thank God. So like Wiccans are like good witches. They do like nice things.
Okay.
They don't boil kids. They boil bad kids,
Oh,
like naughty kids.
we need more of those.
So anyways, I went to her apartment, and it was all lit by like candles. Also, just like a pointer from personal experience, call me out if you want, but if there's a tapestry on the wall, like those
Yeah.
tapestries chicks have, just run. Just go the other way. It's not worth
Good
it.
to know.
It's not worth it. That tapestry is like the red flag of red flag.
It's
So I was
the
at this
giant
I was at
flag.
this Wiccan witch's house, and she had a jar full of snails, and they smelled really bad. And she was like, "Those are my snails." And I was like, "Oh, that's really cool. You sleep on a futon." I was like, "You got a whole jar for snails, and yet you sleep on a futon." Anyway, she starts like naming them and talking to them. Now you would have thought like at some point I would have left, but at that point I was just, it's like our whole thing, new experiences, right?
Yeah.
So then we kind of kept going through the night, and then she was like, "Oh, we should watch a movie," and I said, "Okay," and she said, "I'm gonna put on Scott Pilgrim." Then I left.
Nice.
That's a red flag.
Scott Pilgrim's a red flag.
Good movie, red flag.
Yeah. Because you don't want to normalize Scott Pilgrim's behavior, obviously.
No, you don't.
No.
That
He's dating a high schooler.
That's just saying all the wrong things.
Yeah.
People are dyeing their hair. It's crazy. So anyways, that was the time I was I saw snails, and I didn't meet her off of any dating app. I met her through a friend.
Dude,
And those are some of the best ones you can do is when you meet with through a friend, because the thing about the dating app, if it doesn't go good, you just dump it in the trash. All right.
yeah.
Move
yeah,
on.
Yeah.
If you meet somebody through a friend, they're going to follow up on like, "Hey, what'd you think of her?" And it was like, "Dude, she had snails." And she smoked oil too. Like THC oil. So there's like a difference that like that stuff hits heavy. So she was nuts.
That's a great story.
She was nuts. I was nuts too for being there, but she was
Yeah.
nuts.
I mean, you're just nuts in general, obviously.
Yeah, that was fun. But
Yes.
I don't have a lot of experience with dating apps.
Yeah.
So I did Hinge for like a week. That was my extent of it.
How did it go? Tell me about it.
So So I went on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was expecting the best, right?
Yeah, as you do.
And I had a pretty cringy profile, you
Yep.
know? I had
Understandable.
I had some basic stuff, you know?
Yep.
I was like, we'll get along if you like red wine and long walks on the beach.
Ooh.
You know,
Dude,
we live in a state with
long
no
walks
beaches.
on the beach, disgusting.
Yeah.
All right? I want a short walk on the beach. Take me out for 5 minutes.
I want a short walk down a long pier, you know what I'm saying?
Wait.
Saying I want to get thrown off a pier with concrete shoes. Anyways, but I was going on there, and you know what was funny was I was getting primo choices at the start.
Whoa, yeah.
I was getting primo.
Yeah.
I was getting these like good godly Christian woman. I'm a nurse. Like I'm 24 and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh man. So I was, going through all those.
Yeah, you gotta get through the Christian nurses because it's either if you're a Christian girl, you're either a nurse or an independent business owner.
Yeah, those
Yep.
are your two options. Try something different. But yeah, I was kind of excited. I was like, oh, this is fun. So I was like, but the thing about Hinge though is you have to like answer one of their questions.
Yeah.
And all their questions are stupid.
Yeah, true.
It's like, what's your favorite episode of The Office? I don't know. And then you're like Googling something.
I like the one where the guy spills the beans.
I like the chili one. And then you got another prompt that's like, we'll get along if you like eating Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, that's half of the country. like
Ooh, my favorite one is it's like, I'm looking for a guy who likes to travel. That's like
Yeah.
half the girls in Colorado.
Yeah.
It's like a very Colorado thing.
it's a very Colorado. I want a guy with a Subaru.
But here's the deal. How much PTO do you think I have?
No, not enough.
I'm not going to build my whole personality off of my 2 weeks of PTO.
It's unrealistic. But anyways, I'm swiping through all these girls, right?
Yeah.
And it's going good. I feel like it's going good. No one's
Yep.
responding to my
Yep.
texts.
Yep, that's what happens.
But then the next couple days, I'm back on and I'm running through. And you know what happens?
What happens?
All of a sudden, 54,
54.
married,
Oh.
50 or 38, looking for a good man to raise my 3 kids. Now I'm 21 at the time, so
You got to
As
set
much
your
as
age
I would-
preferences better, my brother in Christ.
okay. I thought that was like the algorithm that was like, we gave you the good choices and you just went through them all. So here we go.
I mean, yeah, it is a little some of that. It's a pretty common occurrence. Like, this is something I've also seen on Reddit is guys complaining about, like, oh, how come I don't see nobody hot anymore?
It was probably because you didn't want to talk to them.
Or they
Anyway,
didn't want to talk to you. That's the more likely.
There was this one that really struck me though. This girl, I
Mhm.
took a screenshot of it because I just loved her so much. I think she was my future wife, but she was laying on a horseback like this, like just kind of like
Mhm.
nuzzling it, and it said, "I'm quirky and different. I like Marvel movies." And I said, "That's the one."
She's the one.
She's the one. She
I've never
said-
met a girl who liked the Marvel.
She said, "I'm quirky and different. I like pop culture." And I said,
Hey.
"Boy, you sure are." But yeah, man, I never actually went on any dates. I would text for like 2 minutes with some of these people, and I wouldn't know how to respond. It was just these dead end conversations where I was like, "I like Chick-fil-A too. What's your favorite thing to get at Chick-fil-A?" "Chicken." "Wow, that's fantastic. Would you like to go get chicken sometime?" Crickets. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do?
Good chicken.
So then I sent a picture of my chicken.
You actually can't send pictures on
It's a
Hinge for that very
full-grown
reason.
rooster. No.
But yeah,
So
my experience was pretty special.
yeah.
So I downloaded the app and it was like I've been single for a little bit. I'm ready to dip my toes in. And so I started like going crazy, doing all this matching. First day, I was like way overstimulated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just went to bed like so nervous because it's like, man, like
You gotta talk to more girls.
I
man.
suddenly felt super scrutiny. Well, here's the deal. I'm really good at talking to girls as long as there's no romance involved. That's what somebody told me is like, Trent, you're really good at being friends with girls.
Gosh. I can't believe you just admitted that.
Dude, it's so true, dude. And part of the problem is I'm super picky too.
Yeah.
And
Place the blame on yourself.
yeah, it's my fault.
Turn the mirror.
Yeah, dude.
You didn't like her. What was wrong with her? Was her face? You care about appearances?
I'm an idiot, so all right. I'm celibate because I'm an idiot. Okay?
Yeah.
Let the record show.
Let the liquor show.
Let the liquor
Let the liquor show.
let the liquor show, baby. We pouring
Boy,
one
it's
tonight.
showing, buddy.
Oh. What can I say? But anyway, like it was just like constant existential stress. It's like, oh, is my profile good enough?
Yeah.
Is it? Am I ugly? I've gotten mixed feedback, and now it's official. I'm ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And then-
okay, though.
Yeah. So this girl, I finally matched with this girl, right? I was like
Mhm.
kind of 50-50 on her. And we'd send a couple texts back and forth, and then she ghosts me. And it's heartbreaking. I
Yeah.
can't handle that.
No.
I can't handle that.
Why would you?
Yeah. Because ghosting is so brutal because you start like coping, right? You're like, it's been an hour. She's busy.
Mm-hmm.
And then after 24 hours, you're like, oh, I've been ghosted.
She
She
fell
didn't
in
like
love
me.
with another man. And
It's
left
tough.
you.
It's tough out here.
Yeah.
And you're like, what did I say? What did I mess
I think
up?
you were being too genuine.
Oh, dang it.
I think that's your problem.
I'm too genuine. That's actually probably a problem.
No, that probably is what it is, though. Like you actually like come in with a genuine heart, and it's like, no, because there's all these things that you don't know about, but that's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why for me, I've always found like, meeting people in big groups, tight circles, destroying everything in the process.
Yeah.
That's more fun.
Yeah.
Get into relationships that hurt other people. Along
Yeah. Let's go, baby.
these dating apps, you don't know them from Adam. You're not going to meet their friends. That's horrible.
No.
Meet their friends.
Meet
and
their
then
friends.
disappoint them.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do is like, hey, instead of texting right now,
Can we just meet your friends?
yeah, can I just
Can
meet
I just
your
meet
friends?
your friends one-on-one?
All right. That's going to be my new strategy.
Why not? No, dude.
Whoa. Wait. Match with girls. Get them to set me up with their friends.
Well,
It's genius.
I don't.
It's going to work.
I have
Every
some-
girl would love to hear a guy say, hey, can you set me up with your friend?
I have some doubts about that though.
I think it's going to
What
work.
kind of friends are you getting set up with?
Cute friend.
Old Tammy. That's who you're getting set up with. You know Tammy? She likes eating glue, and she's 23. She still eats glue.
That's mad
That's
cute.
okay because you still eat your boogers. So maybe you guys get along.
Tasty.
But man, I feel like I have the in
Do
on
you?
how to find women.
Okay.
I have a secret.
The secret. Here's the secret.
No?
Become relatively popular.
Yes.
Then you let the girl text you,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just let the conversation
Be
go
good
for
at
a little
football.
bit. Be good at football.
We're not good at football.
Dang it. I was thinking that. Like, I'd probably be married right now if I played football. But here's the problem. I got so many concussions as a kid that they said, don't let Trent play football.
Don't let Trent even look at a football.
He's already suffered enough brain damage.
The football's just going to grow hands and give him a concussion. No, dude. Here's the in. You go to church. But
Okay.
it's not the church you grew up in.
Okay.
Because the church you grew up in, you're still going to be the little kid.
Mhm.
You go to a new church. And then here's the next secret. Make friends with old ladies. Make friends. Listen to me, fellas. Make friends with old ladies. Because you know who loves old ladies? Young women. You know who loves matchmaking? Old ladies. It's perfect. It's foolproof.
Yes.
So do that.
That's because
That's hey, it works. It
That's the
works, man.
secret.
That's the secret sauce.
all right. What if we have listeners who aren't religious though?
Go to your
What do they do?
local godless McDonald's. Go to your local McDonald's. Find the oldest woman working there and say, "Hey, You got any people you could say? I feel like that's your last resort. I feel like if that doesn't go well, you should maybe just call it quits. Move to the mountains. No, honestly, if for genuine advice, not that I'm like an advice master, but what feels like has been good for me lately, focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Be the best
Dude,
person.
that's so cliche, dude.
Be the best person you can be.
You're
And
just dropping the big old cliches.
and then the
on us
right
today.
person will come to you.
You're just dropping the big old cliches.
Love yourself first.
You gotta go to the gym.
Go to the gym.
I am going to the gym, but that's because if I don't go to the gym, then whenever it gets cloudy, my brain stops producing happy chemicals.
Here's my advice.
Okay.
Move to an RV. Live in an RV.
Yes.
Become a local legend. Like a town.
All right.
Hold on. Like a town hermit. Go to town once a week for food in a sheepskin cloak. And the right person will come.
That's not cliche.
No.
That's specific to you.
That is my specific experience.
Here's the problem, Joel.
All right.
You have an easy time approaching people, and you're intensely magnetic.
I know. I'm addictive like that.
Yeah. Dude,
I'm
come
like,
give me a little kiss.
I'm like heroin, dude. I say, hey, first one's free, and then
whoa.
they're at dinner with me.
Yeah. But anyway,
All right. You want some advice?
yeah.
Become really obsessed with one thing, like Legos.
Legos.
Then start going to Lego conventions.
Yo, LegoCon?
Then start meeting women at Lego conventions, and through your shared love of Legos, make a baby together because you love building things.
Hey Joel, do you remember when I was talking about like the club with like 9 guys to 1 girl?
Here's my advice.
Imagine that, but with 20. That's the Lego convention.
There's old Elon who's got like a long neck beard. All right, here's my
Okay.
advice. Get in your car and drive it into a railing.
Okay.
All right? Drive it into a railing and hope the EMS lady is cute and will love you through your disability.
Man, stop telling your own stories.
All right. I got a piece of
Okay.
advice.
Okay.
Buy a camera.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Start photographing nature. Okay?
Okay.
But in that, put it in like black and white. Black and white. See,
You're
that's
having so many
it's a
Freudian
Freudian
slips
slip.
right now.
Put it in black and white. Then go to art show
Ooh.
and tell a really fake sad story about how your wife died and that you take these pictures to remember
right.
her. And then the right woman will come and say, you know what? I want to be your wife.
That's a great
I want you
idea.
to take sad pictures of me when I'm gone.
What?
You know what I mean?
Like when she's dead?
Yeah.
Take pictures of her corpse?
No. Like just sad photos that make you remind, or it's whatever sells. I've got a piece of advice. Take your phone
No.
and put it in a blender.
Yeah. Well, the advice I see quite a bit, which I think is good, is like dating apps should take up 10% of your attention, and then spend the other 90% going out in the real world, finding real girls. And that's better. All right?
I've got a piece of advice.
Yeah?
Buy a farm.
Buy a farm.
Become a farmer.
Joel, how are you so good with girls? Okay, you got no good advice.
I think it's because
It's because
I think it's because their parents would be disappointed if they were seen with me, and there's something
dang
to
it,
that.
dude. Every
You're
girl would be their parents would be
They
so
would
proud.
be stoked, dude.
Dude,
My parents love you. My
Dude.
parents thought you were my true north growing up. They were like, bring Trent around the house.
dude,
because
my parents thought I was your true north.
I was the true north.
What?
Or you were the true north.
That's right.
But
You're on the straight and narrow
they,
because of me.
they see me. They see a dirty mullet. They see a snake tattoo. They think that guy's done some
Dude,
stuff.
every mom wishes I was their son.
Yeah.
All right? This is legit. All right.
Yeah.
Like Karens, when I was a retail manager, Karens loved me.
Yeah.
All right. Because they would not get their rewards points, and I would go to the back and I would get them
And
2 coupons.
You'd milk that rewards tree.
Yeah. I'd be like, here you go. I'm so sorry that we couldn't help you out.
That's
We
hot.
really appreciate your business.
That's really hot.
And they would say, Trent, you're my favorite person.
And you got a good bring him home to mom name Trent.
Yeah.
You've never met a Trent that's like out there, committing tax fraud. Name one Trent that's out there committing tax fraud.
Name one Trent besides me.
Trent, I don't know.
Trent Reznor.
But my experience is different than that.
Okay.
Grandmothers love me. Grandmothers. Especially of like grandmothers who have like a strange son.
Whoa.
Because I kind of like remind them of their estranged son, except I'm actually doing okay. So they like latch on because they're like, my son's like you, but you're actually making decent life choices for yourself now. And I love that.
Man. That's kind of sad. I'm
Dude.
getting sad right now.
Dude, but it happens. I was having pizza
Yeah.
at this place. I was on a date with a young lady, and I was having pizza at this place. And so this older woman walks up to me.
Mm-hmm.
She takes a look at me, she sees my mullet, and she says, that is a beautiful hairstyle. She's 50-something. She said, that's a beautiful hairstyle. I said, thank you. I said, my mom cut it. She was like, oh, you still talk to your mom? And I'm like, every day, man. And so I'm having this interaction with this 50-year-old woman on a date. and she was just like, what do you do for a living? And I was like, oh, I build fences for ranches. And
This is
like,
the first time you've said that on the podcast.
yeah. Well, I'm quitting my job, so good luck finding me. But she was like, that must be hard work. And I'm like, yeah, it's not much, but it's honest work. She was like, you guys look like you're just having so much fun. I hope. Thank you. Date turns to me and she says, does that happen often to you? And I say, all the time.
Oh, man.
Like it really does.
Yeah, the only person who approached me on a date was this old crotchety man. Actually, no, there was two times.
Okay.
One time, there was this old crotchety man, and he came up to us and said, hey, good job not being on your phones.
Did he have a shirt that said, we say Merry Christmas and God bless America?
Maybe. And then the other time, it was like this random family. They came up to my girlfriend, and they said, you're really pretty. And then they walked off.
They said to you?
No, they said to my girlfriend.
Oh, gosh. That's awkward.
Yeah.
What's the worst date you've been on?
Back to online dating, baby. Yeah. Look, we got back on topic.
I know. Look at us. See, but
Yeah.
we've been on topic.
Yeah.
I was talking
It's
about
talking about dating. It's just
old
offline.
women in pizza
We're
places.
talking about the real world.
I didn't prep for
All
this,
right?
man.
Unplug from your phones, you
Get rid of your
millennials.
smartphones.
All right, millennials. Do you hear me right now, millennials? Okay. Anyway,
The pictures in the book don't click.
yeah. So
Wife bad.
the one date that I've successfully gone on from online dating.
Mhm.
All right, we'd been texting for like 3 days
Mm.
before I asked her out, and then I think it was like 2 more after that.
Yeah.
And I was pretty smitten over this texting, right?
Smitten.
Yeah. I was like, man, this girl is great, and she thinks the world of me.
Mm-hmm.
And then
She had a third leg.
she had a third leg. No, she just like walked in, like, and it's kind of like going on a date with someone you met online is kind of weird when you're just
Mhm.
like waiting, and you're like, anyone could walk through that door right now,
Mhm.
and it could be them. So she walks through the door, and immediately I can tell, like, oh, she's not my type. Dang it. So it's like, I know from the beginning that this probably ain't gonna work. And then I gotta sit through the date for an hour, and I'm being respectful. I'm really trying, I'm not a jerk.
You're looking for a fourth quarter spark.
Yeah.
You're looking for her to say, by the way, I
own a Lego Star Wars.
I own a Lego Star Wars Death Star, and I want you to come over to my house and build it for me.
Dude, that would have been it. But no, we just like had relatively pleasant conversation, and then all of a sudden it's like we're going, and then the conversation just misses. All right.
What were the parts of the conversation that were missing?
All right. So we came
back.
to a little bit of a pause.
Okay,
right?
You had an audible pause.
Yeah, and then she says, "All right, tell me about yourself."
Okay.
Which is a very vague thing to say. And we'd been talking for 3 days, and I had already gotten like the simple stuff out of the way.
Tell her about yourself. What'd you
So
say?
I started jokingly being like, okay. Well,
I hide people in my basement and they're dead.
That would have been better. That would have been better. No, I was
Bring me
like,
on your
man,
dates next
this
time."
feels like a job interview. Like, oh, I have a lot of experience working with kids. I'm very patient.
Did you actually say that?
Yeah, I did.
Did you actually?
Yeah. Dude,
No,
I'm a
man,
disaster.
That's a little creepy, though.
Yeah.
You said I have a lot of experience working with kids.
It wasn't like that. It was like I was like very formal.
I
job
love
interview.
kids.
No. Okay.
So you basically took her genuine question and you turned it into a joke.
That can be good if you can circle back around and be
Okay.
serious.
But you said you should have said I'm hardworking and I'm motivated. And
I'm
I think I'd
hardworking
be
and
a great-
motivated.
But it's a job interview you don't want to be at. It's like
Yeah.
It's like that job interview you sent 4 months when you were strung out and didn't have anything to do, and it's 4 months
Yeah.
ago, and it's for like Wendy's.
Man, you ever done a group interview on Zoom?
Nah,
That's
dog.
different, dude.
Nah, dog.
So you got to pretend.
Now
to be-
translate that to dating. You're meeting the parents.
dude, that's speed dating, baby.
Oh. So
Actually-
you're like doing a single interview, but it's like group.
Yeah.
You're all taking turns.
And man, and like I was not motivated for that at all. They were asking questions like, and it was for a canvassing job, which they advertised it as a marketing job, but it was actually
They're
canvassing.
saying, why do you think you'd be a good neurosurgeon?
And so I basically had to sell myself as a hustler, and I wasn't really motivated, so I was just like kind of copying the gist of what other people were saying.
It's about drive. It's about power.
Yeah.
I love foreign women and foreign cars.
And then the
I'm a
dude calls
drop
me
shipper.
back, and he's like, "Okay, how do you think you did on that interview, dude?" Like, to be honest, I didn't think I did that good on the interview. And he was like, "Why didn't you think so?" Well, I wasn't really that motivated. I didn't know if I was.
After saying I'm an incredibly motivated individual.
Yeah. And so I told him, "Hey, look, man, I appreciate you reaching out, but I've accepted another opportunity. I'm going to take that." That wasn't true.
And did he say,
I was unemployed for another month
go
after that.
screw yourself?
No, he was just kind of like, "Oh, well,
Okay.
see you, dude."
So going back to the date. So
Okay,
you're at
yeah.
this job interview date
Mhm.
that you don't love. And she says, tell me more about yourself. So
Yeah.
where does it go after that?
I think I just struggled, and then she like kind of asked me questions about my family, and we answered that, and things started going okay again.
Uh-huh.
Yep. We started asking like some religious related questions because we're
God?
religious folk. Yeah. God pretty cool.
God.
And it was like she made a random comment about like communion cups, and then we just kind of sat there in silence for a little bit. Like, oh,
You
All right.
should have said, back in the day, they used to think they were actually eating Jesus, and that's why Christians were considered cannibals.
Catholics still do believe that they're eating
I know,
Jesus.
but like back in Rome, they used to think Christians were cannibals because they didn't understand the blood and the
I
wine
did know
sacrament.
that.
See, now you know, and you can use that on your next date.
Oh,
You got to
good.
come prepared for this, dude.
Man,
You got to expand your
I'm
your
too-
brain
I'm
your
just-
brain noodle.
I'm too genuine.
So it got quiet after communion
Yeah.
because you were both thinking about God.
We were both thinking about God, obviously.
Your mind was somewhere holier.
But yeah, I mean, there were like several relatively pleasant conversations that like I wouldn't mind with a coworker.
mm-hmm.
It
But
was-
don't want to co-work through life together.
Yeah, and I was
You
just
don't want to co-work your way through finances.
I was just kind of sitting there, like, man, like I knew from the very beginning that I wasn't too interested. Like if I met this person in person, I could have saved us both a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And then we get to the end of the date, and I've just paid for the food.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's a mistake. You never pay. I'm just kidding.
yeah, Sigma males.
Sigma male, you make her pay for your own food.
Yeah.
I only did that once.
So, yeah, end of the date. She pays for, no, I pay for the food.
Wouldn't it be funny if you leaned in for a kiss after that? Hey, you're like, this went horrible. This was awful.
Pretty reasonable. And then she's like, hey,
let's never do this again.
no, she says, do you want to play trivia crack? And I'm kind of ready to go. And we've paid for everything. We're just sitting there. And so I'm like, I guess so. And so I download Trivia Crack, and we're playing Trivia Crack for another 20 minutes. And it's like, I just kind of ready to go home.
That was the adult version of saying, you got games on your phone. Trivia Crack.
Yeah. I ain't played that.
It would have been more fun if you just both did crack.
Ooh. Next podcast episode. Let's
should have
crack.
just done crack. Where did you do this date?
It was at
you were somewhere seedy, right?
Oh, it was old Chicago.
Yeah, but that's in a seedy area.
It's in Highlands Ranch.
That's still seedy.
Dude, it's Dude, you're so privileged, dude. Highlands Ranch is seedy.
You want to know what would have been funny if she said trivia crack and said, no, let's go get real crack. And then you took her out and then you went geocache. So she'd think, you'd be like lifting up this secret box.
I mean, it wasn't that far from the geocaching spot.
Dude, you could have totally done that, man. You could have.
Dude, I really screwed up. That
could have been way more fun. I can't believe life is just handing you layups and you are just not taking them.
Dude, this is the worst mistake
of my
life.
You suck. You suck because of that.
I'm the worst.
Yeah, you are.
I hate myself.
Do you want to hear my worst date story, or do you want to just wrap this up?
Tell me your worst. I mean, dude, if I was listening to this podcast and
I would have been
one guy says, "Do you want to hear my worst date story?" and the other guy says, "No."
That's a hell of a podcast. No. Just shut it down.
I've had enough. I've told my story. I'm out of here.
Man, if I was listening to this podcast, I just wouldn't be listening to it. So
that's good endorsement.
I've had like really good dates. I've had dates that could be on the front of magazines. All right. No,
How many dates on magazines have you seen?
Well, like dating monthly.
Dating monthly.
Or like tri-annually. Triunnially.
That's me right now. I've done.
Yeah.
If I get one more date in this year,
get those numbers up. No, so I went on this date, and this was a blind date. All right. I love blind dates. Blind dates are great because you never know.
I've never been on a blind date.
It's like a box of chalk. You just really praying that they're not fat.
Yo. Very rude.
I'm sorry.
Joel, you're a misogynist. I am on a misogynist podcast. I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Dude, this is an alpha male podcast. You're basically Andrew Tate.
That was just about to say, we're shirtless and we're talking horrible about people. No. So I go on this date. Nice girl.
Yeah.
A little bit crazy. Okay. She's got like a moon tattoo.
Wait, what's her number?
I can give it to you afterwards.
She's
got like a moon tattoo. And I've got weird tattoos as well. But then she starts, like, first thing she starts talking about is, like, describing to me the phases of.
Okay.
All right? And how they, like, reflect her spiritually. And it was weird because it wasn't, like, if you think of a moon on a tattoo, wouldn't it just be, like, a crescent so you could tell it was a moon? It's just, like, a circle. Basically.
It's just like a full circle?
So she's got a circle. But I've got a line on my lip. So it's kind of a match made in heaven. But we went and we got pho. Pho is not a good first date food. You know why?
Why?
Because there's a lot of it, and you're loud when you eat it. I have no manners.
It's kind of difficult.
I was raised in Asia, dude. You know how we eat in Asia? So I'm just noshing on that thing down. The people at the restaurant were impressed because I ordered a large bowl and I ate the whole dang thing. But anyways, I'm like bloated after. She's bloated.
yeah.
We both feel terrible. So it's like, okay, we both feel terrible. And then she was like, do you want to go somewhere else? And I was like, sure. And this was the part where the date got really bad. She starts telling me about she just starts over projecting a little bit and just starts just dumping all the worst things.
No.
Some really gnarly stuff.
Oh no.
And it's like, okay. And then she says, do you want to get in my car and we can drive to the next place and you leave your car here? And I say, sure, why not? So I get in her car and then she starts bass boosting dubstep. And here's the thing, man. She had subwoofers in her car. And I was like, that's kind of rad. That's also kind of concerning. And then we got ice cream, and some high schoolers made fun of us while we were getting ice cream. And then she was like, do you want to do this again? And I was like, not really.
That's tough.
Yeah, it wasn't great. But, things happen.
Oh, well.
But I don't know. I feel like I go on a lot of successful dates. I don't actually do
Good
a lot
job.
of dating. I just do a lot of dating.
Yeah.
But
The classic distinction.
pretty much.
All right.
That's about
Well,
it.
that's been a full episode.
Well, all I have to say is if you want the secret to dating, it's not here.
It's not in this room.
It's not in this. Well, Steven,
Steven, give us the
come over here.
secrets.
Come here.
Dude, Steven was
come here.
asleep.
Come here, Steven.
He was whole
Steven's
asleep.
coming here. This is out of pocket. Come talk in the mic. Okay.
Steven, impart us with your wisdom.
Impart us with your wisdom.
Steven.
What is your advice? He's married. Somebody married this man. God bless her. What is your advice for dating? Okay.
Yay!
Okay, wait. Let's dig into that. What would you consider stupid?
Whatever the hell you two are doing right now.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So like when you did your first date, what was the key to that to create more dates?
I just talked and was myself, and Susie liked it.
That's horrible. I'm literally giving the generic advice. He said, "Be yourself."
Boo. Ha! All right, it's time to be misogynist. Women can't drive. Ha ha! I'm so funny. Ha ha!
Dude, that's horrible.
I'm sorry.
Why would you say that?
I'm sorry, woman. You can drive.
I've seen a lot of men that can't drive.
Ha ha! Women can't love me because I'm an unlovable person. Ha ha! That's not true. That's not true.
Quit projecting. All right. Well,
I'm done with my misogynist ways.
Trent,
Yes.
you keep us updated on your.
Okay. No
Just-
promises.
Just stop,
Dude, I'm going to get married and I'm not going to tell you.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. Little secret.
Let's both get married and not tell each other.
let's never meet each other's significant others.
Let's keep them a secret. Let's be
Yeah.
very ashamed of each other.
That's
Because honestly,
great.
I feel like you would be ashamed of me.
Dude, it's not that I'm ashamed of you. It's that I'm worried you're going to steal my girl.
But if I have a girl that you don't know about, I'm not going to steal her. But I'm going to keep
Mm.
you thinking that I'm going to steal her.
Oh, yeah. Well, if we end up on a break, I know where she's going.
God. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, bye-bye.
I love you.